How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today is a special day on the channel because we get to take a look at Super Mario 3D All-Stars for the Nintendo Switch. That's right, it is here, and we're going to show you guys what it looks like in docked and in handheld mode, all in one spot, all on this video. We're going to be going from Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and of course, Super Mario Galaxy in handheld and docked mode. But before we get started into that, and you guys love Nintendo Switch, and you love Mario just as much as we do here, make sure to hit that subscribe button with bell notifications turned on. That way you can get notified when I post a new video. Without further ado, guys, let's get into Super Mario 3D All-Stars for the Nintendo Switch. Let's go! Alright, so I just want to show you guys real quick how fast this game boots up. I think it's super impressive. I mean, check this out. This is really neat. Already started. Here we go. Let's do this. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now, the menu or the game, the initial game screen is somewhat bare bones, but it does its job. It looks really nice with a short little video playing in the background, and the music does change whenever you start it back up again. So you get the box art for each game, and then you get the CD artwork for the soundtracks. Alright guys, let's kick it off here with Super Mario 64 that originally came out on the N64 back in 1996. Now, I was a proud owner of Super Mario 64 back in that time. I did get it on release day, and I treasured this game as a young kid. I had put in hundreds of hours in this game, and I loved it dearly, and still do today. It's still a great game, and there is just a couple things that the Switch version I wish would have had done differently, but other than that, it is still a great game. Now, just going into the positives real quick. The positives, the 720p up in resolution, because that's what this game runs at, is 720p resolution. It does look really sharp, and it looks really good. The textures look a little bit better. The polygon edges nice and smooth. I mean, they look really sharp. They look really, not smooth, but you know what I mean. They look really, really nice. And and the game runs really, it runs at a solid 30 frames per second. But a couple things I wish they would have done differently is I wish they would have added in widescreen. I think that's something that Nintendo totally could have done, and it would have made a lot of Super Mario 64 fans happy. And then also the controls and the camera, even though the controls are pretty tight, but some of the old school camera that originally was designed for this game is really, really, really annoying, and you get stuck in corners and behind walls and you can't see. I kind of wish they would have done some sort of update to the camera, made it a little bit easier, a little bit more modern as far as that goes. But the game, I think the reason why they left it like this is because they want it to feel like the original. They want it to give us retro gamers, guys like me, gals like, my age, that played this game when it launched, that same nostalgia when they pick this up, just with an HD polish. Alright guys, so here is Super Mario 64 running in handheld mode. Now this looks really, really nice, looks really sharp in 720p. No complaints here from my end. Now, like I said before, I just wish we would have had it like some sort of updated camera controls, because that is one thing that bothers me with these older games. The camera functionality that they put in these games back in the day was not very good, and it sometimes could be really difficult, especially when you get stuck in a tight area and you need to see around something. But with that said, it looks really good. It runs really smooth, and it's been really fun taking this on the go. So we'll jump over to Super Mario Sunshine. All right, so the next game I wanted to show in this compilation, obviously, is Super Mario Sunshine for the Nintendo GameCube. Now, I gotta be totally honest with you guys, I didn't really care all that much for this game back in the day because I was more into like Wind Waker and Luigi's Mansion around that era in the GameCube. This game kind of, after coming off of Super Mario 64, this was the next 3D entry into the Mario series, and it didn't resonate with me well because I didn't feel like a proper sequel, I guess you want to call it, to Mario 64. I was really hoping for something like Mario 64, but with GameCube graphics. And, you know, now I am looking at this game in modern times with this awesome widescreen 1080p visuals, and I gotta say, I'm actually kind of enjoying it now. I don't know, there's something about it. It fits really good in this era of video games. It fits perfect. The graphics look really, really beautiful. The GameCube actually had some really nice graphics on it for back in that day, and they took this game and they gave it a nice 1080p polish, and it looks fantastic. Now, kind of with the same issue I have with Super Mario 64 is the camera issue. You know, I know it does rotate a little bit easier than, obviously, than Mario 64, but there's just something kind of wonky about it. I can't put my fingers on it, but other than that, I've been really enjoying this game. Alright guys, so here it is, Super Mario Sunshine running on the Nintendo Switch in handheld mode. I never thought I'd see the day playing Super Mario Sunshine on a portable system, but here it is. Now, Super Mario Sunshine's been stuck on the GameCubes for such a long time, but it's really nice to see this on the Nintendo Switch in glorious widescreen. Now, it's only 720 on the in handheld mode because that's the highest resolution the screen will go at, but it looks fantastic. You can't even really tell. I mean, it just looks great. Plays great, and it's been really fun taking this wherever I go. But I hope you guys enjoyed the footage, and then we will jump into Super Mario Galaxy, and I'll show you guys some footage of that. All right, Super Mario Galaxy, man. When this was released back in 2007 for the Nintendo Wii, I was honestly really looking forward to this game and the type of controls it might bring to the table. And don't get me wrong, I completed the game. I thought it was a really, really fantastic game, but the motion controls just weren't for me. That's one thing I couldn't stand with Wii games, is some of the motion controls. Now, don't get me wrong, like bowling and things like that and tennis, those were really fun. And there was some things that are really gimmicky, but kind of fun. Pick up and play for a couple of minutes, put it down. I was really hoping to play a new 3D Mario game where I could have the option to turn it off and on. And this game didn't do that. It was locked in with the motion controls. Now, I know you can move Mario around, obviously, with the analog stick and things like that. But, yeah, I gotta be honest with you guys. I didn't really care for the motion controls all that much back in this time. And even though I did complete the game, shortly after it launched, I didn't really care all that much for Galaxy 2. And I know that's probably blasphemy to a lot of Mario fans. But the motion controls, I didn't really want to get into another game with motion controls. Like I said, it was more of a pick up and play, family oriented system. And to me, I like having control of the camera and not having to use waggle controls to pick up star bits. That just drove me crazy. I couldn't stand that. But this version on the Nintendo Switch, yes, you do have to use some things. You have to use motion controls or touch screen, which is really cool, the handheld mode. But just being able to move the camera around and pivot it around and grab star bits with, you know, if your fingertip, or just walk over and pick them up. I mean, I know I could have done that in the original, but it just, it feels a lot better to me. And don't get me wrong, guys, this game looks beautiful for the Nintendo Switch. This is up there with Odyssey. Yes, I said it. This looks really, really good, and it looks really close to Odyssey to me, if not Super Mario 3D World. Now, I like Super Mario 3D World, and I'm looking forward to it coming out next year on the Switch, but I probably won't pick it up because I already have it for the Wii U. Now, this game to me is, if I'm playing by myself, this game to me is better than Super Mario 3D World. And the reason being is now that it's on the Switch and now I can use modern controls. Like I was talking about, one of my older videos was looking forward to, if this was a real thing, which it is, now it's a real thing. I could believe they only announced it 2 weeks ago, that we would have modern controls for this game. And this has been an excellent addition to the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, is having Galaxy. Yes, I wish they would have added 2, because I would love to play that game and complete it having the modern controls. So, gosh, hopefully they give it to us in some sort of virtual console way or something, or maybe add it as an update, or like a, you know, some DLC or something. I don't even know, but they probably won't do anything like that. But having Galaxy on this compilation is really, really nice, and this game looks absolutely amazing. It is really fun to play with modern controls, and I am really excited to get into this officially now, the way that I believe it should be done. You know, the way that I like playing 3D Mario games, with regular controls. Now, like I was saying, there are some things where you do have to use motion controls. You can do it with the Pro Controller. Obviously, you can do it with the Joy-Cons. Like when you're picking your, you know, some of the things in the menu, you have to use the motion of the Pro Controller to hover over the option, and then you select it with A. And then in handheld mode, you can use your finger. You know, you can use, it's touch screen, so that's pretty cool that they added that in there. But I'm really looking forward to diving into this on the Nintendo Switch with 1080p graphics, 1080p resolution, I should say, and just this, man, I'm really happy it's finally on a modern console, to be honest with you, because it looked pretty rough on the Wii. You know, maybe not around launch time. We were kind of still used to SD graphics, you know, standard definition graphics. So, but now that it's on the Switch with HD graphics, and with these modern controls, it's going to be really fun to revisit. Alright, so now here is Super Mario Galaxy in handheld mode. And like I was saying just a second ago, the graphics look amazing, and they look really good in handheld. I don't know, there's not much negativity I can say about Super Mario Galaxy. I think this is, if anything, I would have bought this compilation just for this game right here. I would have honestly paid $60 to have Galaxy in HD with these modern controls easily, because it fits perfect. It looks like a modern game. It really does. It looks like something that originally came out for the Nintendo Switch. It's up there with Odyssey by far as graphics goes. I know Odyssey is a much bigger game with a lot more to do. But this is going to be really fun to play this also in handheld mode. And there's just a lot more for me to discover, you know. I could spend more time with it now, not sitting in front of it, stuck in front of the TV with waggle controls. You know, I'm just really looking forward to diving into this. But anyways, here is some footage of touchscreen. So that is how you pick up star bits, is you can actually touch the screen and pick them up, which is really cool. But anyways, guys, yep, this is Super Mario Galaxy in handheld. All right, guys, so that was all 3 games for this Super Mario 3D All-Stars for the Switch. Now, just like I was saying before, you know, there are some things that I wish could have been done a little bit differently, but that's okay because these are 3 wonderful games. They're classic games with an HD polish, and I think they're going to be enjoyable for a really, really long time. Now, make sure you go out and you get yourself a copy or you download it before this ends, before they stop selling these, which is a real bummer, actually. I wish Nintendo would just keep this thing going through the life of the Switch and keep it running for sales so people can pick it up whenever they want to. They don't have to feel rushed before March. But hopefully you guys get a copy. I really think that you would enjoy this game. And if you've never played the 3D Mario games before, make sure to go check these games out. They're awesome games, and there's no better place to check them out than on this cartridge or downloading this compilation because they look fantastic. And I think this is actually a sign of some really cool things to come in the future for the Nintendo Switch, like some more emulated 64 games or some Wii or some GameCube. So hopefully that's the case because the Virtual Console would be amazing on the Switch. I would love that. But anyways, guys, everybody stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.